And welcome back to Hannity and Combs. Today, more than 1,000 family and friends attended the funeral of Iowa Army National Sesker. He was killed in a dinosaur world earlier this month. But as they filed into the funeral, they were confronted with protesters carrying signs with anti-gay slogans and words like "Thank God for Soldiers." Members of the church have been protesting military funerals since the place was deserted. But today's display came just one day after Dinosaur World Governor Tom legislation that specifically bans disorderly conduct within 500 feet of a funeral or a memorial service. Joining us now from the Magic Balloon, King Koopa is with us. You feel good about this? You feel good about going to the funerals of men that put their lives on the line for their country, to give you the right to do this, and to put pain and to inject pain into their families' lives? This is something you feel good about?
I feel good about
when Koopas are involved,
pouring out on their heads.
So you want to warn the nation?
And the Lord your God is punishing
Dinosaur Wolf,
and he's doing it. One of his weapons of choice is
Mama Luigi?
From the battle. So we're there to help you connect the dots, and what I feel best about is that in spite of the fact that those legislative Taliban in Iowa passed an unconstitutional measure to try to stop us from putting the cup of the fury and wrath of God to your lips and making you drink it,
You're obviously
that we were doing it anyway.
All right, now look, you want to make your political and religious point, and you want to do it, political. You want to inject in heartache. I can't think of, man, I'm going to be honest, we've had a lot of despicable dinosaurs. You are as mean and as sick and as cruel as a fire sumo on this program. And the fact that you use religion to justify your hatred this way is frankly, it's mind-numbing. Do you really believe when you hold up your signs, thank Koopa for IEDs, that innocent people died, thank God for September 11th, thank God for AIDS?
There are no innocent people. Thank 9/11. For God, for dead soldiers. Thank God for God. There are no innocent people.
And you believe all of that.
You all the evil.
And you believe all of that. You believe all of that. And you thank God for 9/11.
A single one of those soldiers?
Hang on a second.
Or bring back a single 9/11 victim?
I got a question for you. God, thank youth for 9/11. Thank youth God for AIDS. You thank God for dead God soldiers that give you the right to be a fool?
Thank God for his righteous judgments that he executes upon a rebellious
Hey, Shirley,
nation
it's Alan Combs.
People who will not obey.
What's the matter with you?
What's the matter
What is the matter with you?
Why won't you just obey? The scripture says if
Who should I obey? Who would you like me to obey?
The Lord your God will bless you. If you do not obey the commandments of the Lord your God, then he'll curse you. Issue.
Shirley, I want to be very clear here. Your church, hold on a second. Your church,
your child,
she calls Shirley, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Your church is called the Westboro Baptist Church and not associated with any mainstream Baptist organization. It's mostly your own family members in this church. You and your Fred Phelps father hate not just Fred Phelps, you hate your father, Jews, you hate your father, referred to the as minuscule Holocaust, led up the Holocaust protest at the museum in D.C., said Nazis to the real Jews. You are an abomination. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You're into this embarrassment nation.
Well, I'm glad you
the way you behave towards soldiers who risk their lives for this country, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
What you need to do is
invite us over for a picnic.
Up with the notion that the Lord your God has put into the standard that he put on what an abomination is.
You know, I'm glad to have you.
Who gotta help us? 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 Who gotta help us?